Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Tanya Aneja and this is Market Today, a show where we'll get you all the latest market updates, stocks and sectors that are buzzing in and much more. Well, let's take a look at the markets at this point in time and see how the markets are doing. So clearly not a very great day for the markets, and we are still down to the tune of 124 points, 113 on Sensex, 65,836 level there. Below that 65,900 mark in Nifty also trading on a flattish note as we speak. 19,572 is the level where we are at this point in time. We started above that 19,600 mark, but and we did reclaim that as well. However, we are still trading lower below that 19,600 mark. Let's see how the broader markets are doing at this point in time, and they continue to outperform even if okay, mid cap and small cap, they are also trading flat on a flat note today. Mid cap up around 56 points, trading flat. 37,879 is the level, and for Nifty small cap it is 11,747, 22 points higher. Good news is that we are trading in the green as far as broader markets are concerned, and they continue to outperform as well. So let's pull up some of the gainers for you from today's trading session, and it's clearly stock specific action that we are seeing. Hero MotoCorp, on the back of that Harley Davidson news, the positive impact was seen in the morning also, and still the stock is holding on to the gains. It's up 4% as we speak. SBI Life, after 8 days of profit booking, we are finally seeing this stock in some of the top gainers. Cipla continues to outperform, and from the from 2-3 sessions we have seen stellar rally in this particular counter and stellar Q1 numbers as well for this particular company. So clearly positive impact there. And then Tech Mahindra, Tata Consumers and Wipro, clearly some of the IT counters, they continue to perform really well. Yesterday also we see IT Pack doing pretty well, and in today's trading session as well. SBI, Titan, Dr. Reddy's, it's a pharma day of course, as I was pointing out earlier. So on the flip side, Adani Enterprises is the top loser as we speak. Power Grid, Hindalco after the numbers, the profit came in at the profit was down 40%. So clearly street not liking the Q1 earnings and punishing this particular counter. 454 is the level where we are at this point in time. And some of the other losers, M&M, we saw great amount of rally in this particular counter after Q1 earnings. However, some sort of profit booking taking place at this point in time. Stock is down around 2%. Divi's Lab and JSW Steel, these are among the other losers. Well, let's pull up PSU Bank index for you, and this space is where the action is happening. At this point in time, look at Indian Bank, Maharashtra Bank, Union Bank, Bank of India. These stocks are up, to the tune of 3 to 9% in today's trading session. So clearly, this particular index is buzzing in trade today. And if you look at some of the other indices as well, pharma continues to do well. IT is also in the green, and private banks, they also continue to outperform. And on the other hand, metals are not shining today. They are not supporting the markets. So let's do one thing. Let's welcome our market guest today, and let's ask him that where are the markets headed going forward. So Mandar Jamsandekar, he joins us. He's the director at Precision Technical Analysis. Okay, this is the company. So good afternoon, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us here on Business Today Television. Firstly, I want to ask you that what do the technical charts now suggest for the Indian markets, because we are seeing this consolidation phase. We have seen a stellar run up, then we saw profit booking also, and then it's again markets are trading on a flattish note. But what lies ahead and what's really next for the Indian markets?
Tanya, good afternoon, and thank you very much for having me on your show. See, basically, this is an eventful week. As we know that Thursday is an important day for the markets. We're going to have the RBI monetary policy, so
Hmm.
we'll get to know whether the stand that RBI has going forward, interest rates, and uh, the opinion that RBI governor has about the economic activity that's happening. So that is important. Plus, the second important thing that's going to happen on Thursday is the US inflation data. So that is very critical because that's going to lay a roadmap going forward, whether we have more of interest rate hikes, so more of pain, or whether the pain is going to end sometime in the future. So we'll get a clarity on that on Thursday. So therefore, plus we have earnings that are going on. So therefore,
Hmm.
what is happening is this is making the market a bit cautious. So I believe till Thursday, Friday, we would see this same kind of activity. So when I say cautious, it would mean that the index would trade range bound. So the upside is limited for the index right now. 19,600, 650, max 700, that could be the higher side for the Nifty right now. And yeah, even in case of Bank Nifty, the upside could be around 45,000, 44,800, 45,000. That should be the upside for the time being. So a 500-600 point range for the Bank Nifty and a 300 point range for the Nifty is what is expected. But yes, one thing which I would suggest is one needs to be cautious in stocks which have already seen good kind of run-ups, because whenever the market turns cautious, there is profit booking, or at least people tend to hold a low profile, and therefore these stocks could see a bout of profit booking. And in case of stocks which in case of companies which are announcing numbers, the earnings is what is going to help decide the trend in the market. So we are witnessing the interest being out of the index. So you're seeing stocks which are out of the index seeing good kind of moves in the intraday trade. So that's going to continue for this week.
Okay, absolutely. And so, what about pharma sector as a whole? Because we have seen this stellar number coming in from pharma companies like Cipla, Dr. Reddy's. So, if we talk about Cipla first, the stock is among the top gainers today. It is up around 3% as we speak. So, what are your thoughts on Cipla, and what do the technical charts suggest for this particular counter?
Tanya, Cipla looks interesting. See, what has happened is the stock had a resistance around levels of 1180 and 1190, and it has managed to break past this resistance. It's managed to trade above this resistance for the last few days, so that's a positive. And I believe this trend is going to continue. So, in the immediate short term, this stock, we could see this stock heading for levels of 1350, 1400. That's quite possible. So another 10 to 15% of upside from current levels is possible in case of Cipla. And even if I look at the long-term chart, that also is positive. So a 10 to 15% of upside is possible. So if somebody wants to get into a fresh trade, then that also can be done with a stop loss at 1200. Currently trades at around 1265. So with the stop loss at 1200, one can go long for an upside target of 1400. And if somebody is holding already an investor, then I think that the position should continue till the trend continues upwards.
Okay, and any other stocks from this particular pack that you like apart from Cipla?
See, in case of pharma, there's a mixed kind of a view that is getting generated. The reason I see of this, because if you look at a stock like Oro Pharma, in the
Hmm.
last 6 months, this stock from levels of 400 has moved up to current levels of 860. So the stock in the last 6 months is already doubled. So getting into a fresh trade right now at these levels would be a bit risky. So you need to avoid Oro Pharma for now. But if you, at the same time, if you look at a chart like Lotus Labs, this stock throughout last year has witnessed a downtrend. And in the last 4 5 months, it's showing us a bounce back, which is a very nice bounce back, making higher tops, higher bottoms. And recently itself, it has broken past the resistance at around levels of 370, 380. So that again is a positive. So a stock like Lotus Labs can see upside. So currently trades at around 411. In the next few days we could see it moving to levels of 450, 460. So a 10% upside from current levels is possible. Then the second stock which looks interesting in this sector is Divi's Labs. This also yesterday itself it has broken past short-term resistances at around 3800. So this also is positive. How much up can it go again? Of 10% of upside quite possible. So if somebody goes long in Divi's Labs, the stop loss should be at around 37.50, and upsides to levels of 4200 are possible.
Okay, and what about Gland Pharma? The stock is up 20% today, of course, on the back of stellar Q1 earnings. But I mean, is there more steam left, or is it time to book profits in this counter?
Yeah, Gland Pharma today is locked in an upper circuit. Now, if I look at the medium-term chart, then one positive thing that I see here is it's broken past resistance at around 1470. So that's a very important thing that has happened right now. And if I look at the overall for the chart for the last 2-3 years, then the stock was in a downtrend. It has fallen from levels of 4200 to recent lows around 800, 850, and now this bounce back. So I think with this current move, till the time the stock trades above levels of 1470, it will trade bullish, and we could see the stock moving up to levels of 2200 in the next few days. That's possible.
Okay, absolutely. And sir, there's one space that I want to talk about, and that is, the new age internet companies. Paytm and Zomato, these stocks were on a roll yesterday, of course, on the Zomato on the back of stellar earnings, and Paytm also on the back of news. But FinTech, if you see, the company narrowed its losses. However, the stock is still trading 4% lower in today's trading session. So, I really want to ask you that is it the right time now to step in, because we were concerned about the profitability, earlier, but now the companies like Paytm and Zomato, they are posting good set of numbers, and PB FinTech also. Your thoughts on this particular space, and any stocks that are on your radar?
Yeah, see, uh, out of these stocks that we have discussed right now, uh, two stocks which look interesting are Paytm and Policy Bazaar, that is
Okay.
PB FinTech. Now let's talk about Paytm first. Now, in case of Paytm, what has happened is the stock from right from listing was trading in a downtrend, and recently, 2 months back itself, the stock managed to break past a resistance around levels of 830. So that's a very positive sign. So till the time the stock trades above this level, it's going to suggest that a trend change is going to happen. Yes, the last 1.5 months has been of consolidation, no doubt about it. But in this consolidation, the stock has created a support for itself around levels of 760. So currently trading between a range bound move between 760 and 900, 910. That is what is happening in case of Paytm. But going forward, as this level of 760 is respected, and whenever the stock manages to break past 900, 910, I believe a fresh move should start. So if somebody is interested in long-term investment, then at current levels, one can accumulate Paytm. So I'm not suggesting buying 100% at these levels, but yes, buying slowly and steadily in this stock in every correction is something which one needs to do. The stop loss for this view would be at around 700. So with the stop loss at 700, one needs to accumulate Paytm. As and when the stock managed to break past 900, 910 on the upside, we could see the stock moving up very fast, and could surprise everybody in the market with the move that it displays. So therefore, Paytm is one which needs to be on your radar. The second stock is Policy Bazaar. Policy Bazaar also, since listing, was trading in a downtrend. Then after that, it managed to create a base for itself in the last 6 months. Started moving up slowly and steadily. It broke past a resistance at around 650, 660 recently itself, and it's continuously been trading up above that. So till the time it trades above 650, the stock should remain in an uptrend, and we should see a good kind of up move happening in the next few days. The only thing is it won't display a fast kind of a move, but a steady up move is possible in this stock, and therefore this is also one stock which one needs to have on its radar. With a stop loss at 600, this looks like a good investment buy in the current scenario.
Okay. And lastly, sir, any top technical ideas that you would like to suggest our viewers?
Tanya, see, as I said, right now the interest is out of the index, and therefore the stocks which I'm suggesting are mid cap and small cap stocks. First one would be Religare. This is a very interesting formation that you can see on the chart. The stock had a resistance at around levels of 192 and 195, and this band was acting as a resistance for the last 2 years. And recently itself, last week Friday, the stock managed to break past this resistance. It's been trading above that since. So therefore, a buy in Religare with a stop loss at 180 for an upside target of 280. And the second stock is Sequent Life Science. This is from the pharma space. This also on the short-term charts, from a short-term point of view, what has happened is the stock managed to break past resistance at around 95, 96 yesterday. And I expect a short-term up move in this stock. So upside to levels of 120, 125 are possible. Therefore, a buy in Sequent with a stop loss at 94.
Okay, absolutely. These are the two picks that are coming in. And on that wonderful note, thank you so much, sir, for taking the time out and joining us here on Business Today Television. So
Thank
with
you,
that, it's time for me and my team to wrap up this edition. Markets, still in the red as we speak. 107 points lower on Sensex and Nifty also. 23 points lower at 19,574. So with that, it's a wrap up. But stay tuned for all the latest market updates. And many thanks for watching.
साथियों, हमारा जोर भारतीय रेलवे को आधुनिक बनाने के साथ ही पर्यावरण फ्रेंडली बनाने पर भी है। बहुत जल्द भारत के 100% रेल